Well, as you continue enjoying your wonderful lunch, we will begin with some recognitions here this afternoon as we are excited to continue honoring those who have so graciously given and also celebrating some of the wonderful children across the state that have benefited from the services from Sight Savers America. Since this is the 10th anniversary of Hero for Sight, we would like to recognize each of the previous Sight Saver America Hall W. Thompson Hero for Sight Award recipients. I'm going to be calling out these individuals. They will stand. I just ask that you will wait until the end for applause, please. The 2014 Songs for Sight. Some are shaking their head yes, others are shaking their head no at this table, just for reference. So some of those who may not want to be seen. 2015, this was Hartwell Davis Jr., 2016, Monday Morning Quarterback Club and Quarterbacking Children's Health Foundation. 2017, Joyce Williams, former president and CEO of Alabama iBank. 2018, Edwina Taylor, founder and former executive director of Cahaba Valley Healthcare. 2019, Dr. Kathy Weiss, Director of Pediatric Optometry for the UAB School of Optometry. 2020, Tori DeKaiser, former Executive Director, Eyesight Foundation of Alabama. 2021, Bill Burris. 2022, Dr. Don Carlo, Director, UAB Center for Low Vision Rehabilitation. At this time, will you join me in applause? Thank you very much. I would like to now introduce Jennifer Williams. She's the Chief Program Officer for Sight Savers America for a few remarks.
Hello. Hello, can everyone hear me? Excellent. Welcome. We are so pleased to have each and every person here today to help celebrate the 10th annual Sight Savers America Hero for Sight Luncheon. Now, as I look out into the room, I see a comprehensive representation of Alabama's eye care community, of its leaders. I see project partners and collaborators. I see foundation leaders and donors, and I see corporate leaders from across the state. Of course, I also see the past Hero for Sight Award recipients, and we're so glad that each of you could join us today. Everyone here is a stakeholder in a Sight Savers America program. Now, through the years, this event has become the preeminent gathering of the eye care community and of people invested in the vision and eye health of Alabama children. Together, we have created something exceptional here in Alabama, something so worthwhile that it has spread now to 16 states. Now, before I go further, I do need to express special gratitude to a few individuals and organizations. To Ashley, thank you again for being our MC. To the Thompson family and the Gorey family and Mr. Hartwell Davis, thank you for your outstanding and unparalleled support over the past 2 decades. To the Eyesight Foundation of Alabama and the Monday Morning Quarterback Club, Quarterbacking Children's Health Foundation, thank you for your consistent and exceptional support. Now, will the Sight Savers America Board of Directors and staff please stand? Don't be shy. Now, it's the dedicated efforts of our staff and the guidance of our board that is paramount to our success. Also, thank you to all members of the Sight Savers America Hero for Sight Steering Committee. To all of our event sponsors and supporters, thank you. In fact, thank everyone here for attending our annual fundraiser. This is our only annual fundraiser, and your support, each dollar raised here today, stays in Alabama. Every dollar will help change lives by giving Alabamians the opportunity for their best possible vision. Now, as you may know, Sight Savers America has 3 programs. What you may not realize is our impact is now spreading to other cities, states, and regions. First, a quick reminder on our 3 programs. Our Children's Eye Care program provides case-managed follow-up eye care and establishes a local eye care home for recurrent eye care. After receiving a referral from a failed vision screening, from a school nurse or administrator, or even a concerned parent, we utilize a multi-step protocol to establish and maintain communication with the family. And then we educate them on the importance of recurrent eye care through their child's formative years. We coordinate and provide dilated eye exams and all prescribed treatments. So everything from a simple pair of eyeglasses to medications, aphakic contact lenses, vision therapy, even surgeries. And sometimes children need low vision or blind aids, which is why we have our second program, our low vision and blind program. But we don't just wait for referrals in this program. We actually proactively identify individuals in need of high-tech vision and blind aids. We then secure a low vision evaluation or a blind functional assessment that will determine the aids the individual will benefit most from. We purchase, deliver, and train recipients on the devices that have been recommended by the experts. Now, these devices are often cost prohibitive. They average $2,500 a piece and are not covered by any form of medical insurance. After the delivery and training, we continue to serve that individual through extensive follow-up and case management for many, many years. Finally, we have a children's screening program providing vision screenings and head-to-toe health screenings on-site at underserved schools, pre-Ks, Head Starts, and daycares. Now, all 3 of our programs operate statewide throughout Alabama. Going back to 1997, we served our first 11 children right here in Jefferson County with eyeglasses, dilated eye exams, and establishment of a local eye care home. Since then, we've experienced many successes, including, along with Vision Research Corporation, being awarded the State of Alabama kindergarten, 2nd grade, and 4th grade vision screening and follow-up eye care program. And we've been funded for that program for nearly 20 years now. In 1999, we created the low vision program and began serving children in need of expensive low vision aids. Now, we have eliminated Alabama's historic backlog of children in need of these high-tech devices, and we continue to maintain that success every year through our maintenance phase. Now, the maintenance phase is where we serve children who age into the program, usually 5 years of age, children who move into the area from somewhere we've not previously served, or children who unfortunately have a new or worsening eye condition. Now, having eradicated the backlog of children's need for electronic video magnifiers and other expensive low vision aids, we've expanded the program to serve children with blindness, children in need of high-tech blind aids, and also serve the most medically and financially needy adults with low vision or blindness. Since inception in Alabama, we have raised funding for the purchase, delivery, and training of 937 high-tech vision aids. This is serving Alabama's children and adults with over $2.3 million in life-changing equipment. Now, let me share a little bit about our national expansion. We now have programs in 16 states. All 3 programs operate statewide here in Alabama, as I previously said, but other states may only have 1 or 2 programs that operate on a statewide basis. Here's a few examples. In Mississippi, we have state funding for their Department of Education's kindergarten vision screening and follow-up eye care program. And along with our screening partner, Vision Research Corporation, we've been funded for almost 15 years. Our low vision program also operates on a statewide basis in Mississippi, and like in Alabama, we have eradicated the backlog of children in need of low vision aids. We continually work to maintain that success. Now, the children of Texas benefit from our screening and follow-up eye care program in San Antonio and the Texas Hill Country. But our low vision and blind program operates statewide. In Texas, we've provided high-tech vision and blind aids to 1,025 children, which represents over 60% of all children needing these devices in the entire state of Texas. In South Carolina this past year, along with Impact America as our screening partner, we gained state funding for our thoroughly studied and highly rated follow-up eye care program. We now serve the eye care needs of preschool-age children in all of South Carolina's 46 counties. Finally, sometimes we expand into states and we're just in a city or a specific regional area. And New York is an example of that. We've now expanded our low vision program into New York City. So in total, across these 16 states, we serve 50,000 children each year through our follow-up eye care program. We serve 5,000 individuals with high-tech aids and case management, through our low vision and blind program. And we serve 25,000 each year through our screening programs. Now, to be clear, all programs in other states are funded through means raised in that state. So just like the support we receive here today stays in Alabama, money raised elsewhere stays in that state. Now let's move on to the main event. Our Hero for Sight Award winner and the commissioned artwork. So today we're here to present our Hall W. Thompson Hero for Sight Award to a champion of eye care in Alabama. Now this award is named for Hall W. Thompson because he led the effort to expand Sight Savers America statewide so that children throughout all 67 Alabama counties would have access to eye care. Our 2023 Hero for Sight Award recipient is Dr. John Massia, President of the Alabama Institute of Deaf and Blind, and we're so excited to honor John for the lasting and profound effect that he has made in the lives of children with low vision and blindness. For his past collaborations and his continued partnership with Sight Savers America, and for the great role that he has played in making Alabama a national leader in children's eye care. So welcome, so honored to have John here with us today. Now another part of our Hero for Sight event is our commissioned artwork. So each year we commission a piece of artwork from an artist with severe visual impairment, someone who's been able to overcome their visual deficiencies to create brilliant artwork. We've worked with artists from all across the country, and this year, our 2023 Sight Savers America Hero for Sight artist is John Bramlett. John hails from Texas, and I'm going to let him tell his own story, but let me say that we're extremely honored to have you here today, John. You've achieved international acclaim and success, and you can add to the list, you're our first returning commissioned artist. Now, his artwork will be displayed at UAB Callahan Eye Hospital, and has been on the Sight Savers America tribute wall, And for those of you that don't know, UAB Callahan Eye Hospital has been focused on delivering innovative eye care and pioneering breakthroughs in the preservation and restoration of sight for nearly 60 years. They've been recognized nationally and internationally for outstanding patient care, for the treatment of eye trauma, and for crucial research in eye disease. Along with the UAB Department of Ophthalmology, which is housed at Callahan Eye Hospital, and is ranked in the top 10 on National Institutes of Health funding, and with the UAB School of Optometry, which is one of the top optometry programs in the United States, these three entities make Birmingham a hub for world-class eye care. Now in 2014, the UAB Callahan Eye Hospital dedicated a 25-foot tribute wall to Sight Savers America. This will be where we house the commissioned artwork. To each side of the art, there are plaques that share the mission and scope of Sight Savers America's work, that honor Hall W. Thompson's role in improving children's vision in Alabama, plaques that recognize this year's Sight Savers America Hero for Sight Award recipient, Dr. Massia, that recognize the artist, John Bramlett, and a plaque that lists all of our past award recipients. John's painting will be unveiled in a few moments, and hopefully in June it will be installed as the centerpiece of the Sight Savers America tribute wall. If you haven't been to see the tribute wall, please do visit Callahan. The tribute wall, the art, it's inspiring in so many ways. Thank you all for being here today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
We are excited to bring John up here to talk about his story just a little bit and his artwork. Again, I don't want to give away too much either. And he's from Texas. That was where I was born and bred, so I'm excited about that. And hopefully get to check out his gallery here in a couple of weeks when I go to visit some family. So that'll be very neat. So as he makes his way to the stage, here's just a couple of things. He's from Denton. And he has been able to overcome many challenges, and just hearing his story at the table, it's pretty incredible, not only what he's accomplished, but the goals that he has for the future. He has an incredible vision, and I would say there's no disability here, it's maximum ability, because he's going to be able to do more in his lifetime than a lot of us will be. So he truly is a hero to every one of us in this room today. So John, the mic is yours.
So much. That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. I am so honored to be here, guys. I can't tell you. And I'm so proud to be returning here. This is my second time here, and I want to explain why it's so important to me. But before I do that, though, I wanted to introduce my friend up here. This is Eagle. She's my seeing eye dog. She's amazing, and she's in your way, you know, because she likes to spread out. But she is brilliant. She does so many things for me. But one of my favorite, though, so I want to tell you really quickly, she knows the difference between a men's bathroom and a ladies' bathroom. So we're traveling alone. It's like we're in the airport. If I need to find the men's room, I say, Eagle, find the boys. And she'll find it, no matter where it is. And then in there, she knows like the urinal, the stall, the sink, the trash can. At the hotel, she'll find the elevator, the button for an elevator. But of all the things she does, my favorite is the bathroom. Finding the bathroom. But she's just brilliant. And if you're curious how she does it, ask me later. I'll tell you all about it. But one of the things that I learned, though, is that when you're traveling with a guide dog, it's a bit of a humbling experience. Like, I've traveled with guide dogs for 15 years. In the first month, I was walking down the street, and a lady yelled out. She said, well, hello, handsome. And for a moment, like, my self-esteem kind of rose for a second. I'm like, oh, really? I got a new shirt. And then I thought, oh, of course, she's talking to the dog. You know, it's always the dog. But one of the brilliant things about a guide dog, though, like Eagle, she helps me get around the world, but also in a way she helps me get across the canvas as well. The same way that I paint is the same techniques that you use using a white cane or a guide dog like Eagle. And over 20 years ago, when I was trying to figure out how to paint as a person without vision, I was thinking that if I can use a white cane across the city and not get hit by a car and not knock over too many people and all that, and use the different techniques, then surely I can navigate across something smaller like a canvas if I just use the same sort of technique. So that's what I started doing, and it was just incredible. But it completely changed my life. But it wasn't all happy, though. At the very beginning, whenever I lost my eyesight, I was so angry and I was so depressed. I just felt like I was surrounded by darkness. I felt like I was filled with darkness. And I started to think that hope has a physical presence in our world. And I started to think that because I had this emptiness in me that was just filled with this darkness, and it's where hope used to be. I just didn't see any way I could be able to do anything with my life. It just seemed like everything was over. And I was a student in college at the time. I thought I had to leave school. I just thought everything was just done. That's it. And a wonderful thing happened then. I started to realize that there's people out there. There's people out there that can help. There's people out there that care. I had people at my university, the Office of Disability there were amazing. And organizations, there was people in my community that wanted to help. And even though I didn't believe in myself, I had these people that believed in me. They were saying, John, you have no idea what technology is out there, the techniques, the training, the people out there. And that's why I'm so excited to be here today, because of the people. That's the most important thing. And what Sightsavers does is so incredibly important. Everybody that it helps, it not only helps that individual, but their family, their friends. It helps the whole entire community. And it's completely just incredible, and it's hard for me to put into words. But for me, whenever I first started painting my art career, I never thought anybody would ever see a painting of mine. It wasn't even a thought. I was painting because it helped me deal with the depression, the anger. And since then, because of the people that believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, my artwork has gone all over the world, over 120 countries. I don't know, I worked with the Kennedy Center, I worked with the Guggenheim, the Met, museums all over the country. I worked with films and celebrities and CDs, like music. And it's just, and I mention this not to say like, oh, like to boost my own ego. It's that I went from a time where I knew that everything was done, but it was people that actually cared and stepped in that made it where I learned what I needed to learn to be able to follow my dreams. And if it hadn't been for these people, I wouldn't be doing anything. And the best thing of it is my family. I have a wife, I have a son. I thought my life was completely over. And then it's just incredible. So I just want to thank all of you for being here to support Sightsavers, because the work they do is just incredible. I can't even I'm not that great with words, so I tried to paint a painting. I was so honored to be asked to be able to work on this artwork. So I have this painting. Everything in it means something. The symbolism of it. All artwork is, all painting is just communication. It's like telling a story. It's, you're expressing your ideas, your emotions, your feelings. So I do that through paint, through color. Color is a wonderful way to be able to express emotion. So hopefully in this painting I've been able to share a little bit how I feel about Sightsavers and my gratitude for everybody being here today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your lives. I know everybody has such busy lives. You could have been anywhere today. You chose to be here, and you chose to help. Thank you so much. And Jeff, I don't know, maybe we should show the painting. What do you think? Thank you so much, everyone.
Hello, I'm Rod Skeen, Services for the Blind Director at E.H. Gentry, the adult facility at the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind. It's an honor to introduce Dr. John Nashia, President of the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind, and today's Hero for Sight honoree. On January 1st, 2013, Dr. Nashia became the 17th President of the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind, also known as AIDB. AIDB is the nation's most comprehensive education and service program serving children, adults, and seniors with hearing and vision loss. Established in 1858, AIDB serves more than 30,000 individuals in Alabama and across the Southeast. Programs include 3 accredited education programs, a thriving manufacturing industry that is the state's largest employer of blind individuals. It also has a network of other campuses and community programs designed to support individuals and their families with life, work, and independence. In 2004, Dr. Nashia earned his doctorate's degree from the Pennsylvania College of Optometry. He holds a master's in audiology and a BA in speech pathology from Hofstra University. Before coming to Alabama, he worked at the Helen Keller National Center for Deafblind Youth and Adults. He started as an audiologist and held several positions before being named the National Director of Field Services at the Helen Keller National Institute. In 2005, he moved to Alabama and assumed the position of Executive Director of E.H. Gentry and Field Services. It happened to be the same month that I became a student at EHG as a newly blinded person. So we both began our journey at AIDB at the same time. In 2009, he was named Vice President of Adult Services at AIDB, and in 2013 was named President of AIDB. Dr. Nashia is a member and previous president of the Lions Club International. He serves on the board of directors for the Talladega Ritz Theater and the board of directors for the Talladega Red Door Kitchen, as well as a member of the board of trustees for Talladega College and numerous other boards. He is the recipient of many awards, including from the Association for the Education and Rehabilitation for the Blind and Visually Impaired Alabama Chapter Grider Award, the Alabama Association of Deaf Citizen of the Year Award, the Joan Fox Memorial Award in Audiology, along with many others. He's also been honored by the blind community itself with an unofficial title as the People's President. This is really to show our appreciation for making himself accessible and support all the community causes from the blind community. He always works behind the scenes and never does speak for the blind. He has high expectations, and this is demonstrated through his commitment to having people with hearing and vision loss in all levels of employment at AIDB. This commitment to high expectations addresses the negative social attitudes about vision loss, which is the biggest barrier facing people with vision loss today. Dr. Massey is a husband, father of 2 daughters and a son, and the proud grandfather of a beautiful granddaughter. Again, it's a pleasure to introduce Dr. John Massey.
Thank you, Rod. This is the 10th anniversary of our Hero for Sight Award, and I can't think of anybody more deserving than John Massey. John has been an incredible leader at AIDB, as you just heard, and we are very proud to have partnered with him over the years on many projects. John, would you please come up to receive the 2023 Hall W. Thompson Hero for Sight Award.
Thank you, Jeff. So humbled. Before I start my remarks, I just would like to describe this absolutely gorgeous painting, and it's actually has me teary-eyed. It's the most beautiful colors, and it's Manning Hall. Manning Hall is our headquarters. It's where AIDB started in 1858. And John, you just captured it's not about the buildings, it's about the people. And there are these 3 beautiful children, one with a cane, and the colors in this painting are blue and lavender and green, and there are 2 magnolia trees that frame the Manning Hall. It has like 6 columns in front of it. And these children are playing in the parking lot, and the part that I love most about it is there's a 1965 Fastback Mustang. And that's awesome. That's great. So thank you so much. It's just a beautiful, beautiful representation of AIDB and what we try to do every day, and that's to make sure that children and adults are able to live the life they want to live. And I look out in this room and I see Dawn DiCarlo and Tori and so many friends and so many people, and it's just an honor to be here today. And I look at you and I see you all as the folks that deserve these awards. And I look at my staff, and I just want to say thank you for loving on people that we are so blessed to serve every single day. That's what we're here to do, and it's an honor to be able to do that. And I see Troy University friends and Talladega College friends and so many other people, and just thank you so much for being here. So let me just say that I'm just incredibly humbled by this honor, and I'm truly blessed to have had the opportunity to work in this field and meet so many people, many of you in this room who have been just an inspiration to me throughout my career. And it's an even greater honor to be placed in such distinguished ranks as those of the past honorees, as I've said, all of whom have played a critical role in Sight Saver America's mission to meet the eye care needs of children. I'm here today because of the support of so many, and I want to give credit certainly to God for instilling a desire and need to work together with the blind community to ensure that everyone has a level playing field and can live a life of success and independence as they desire. It's a true blessing when you're able to unite your avocation with your vocation. I certainly want to thank my lovely wife, Dr. Nancy Massia, and my family, Chris and Annie, are here today. I'm so proud of all of you and what you do. And our oldest daughter, who lives in Pennsylvania, is a physician, and she works with the Amish community, and we're very, very proud of her too, but we're most proud of baby Stella. When your work becomes your life's mission, your family will often take that journey with you, and I'm just so fortunate to have your backing. I also want to thank another member of our family, and that's Amanda Fuller, who is, I hate to say my assistant because we run AIDB together. And Amanda, I'm just so grateful to have you by my side every single day. The spirit of my Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind colleagues is here with me on stage. Close to 1,300 employees throughout Alabama who come to work each day and every day with a limitless spirit to excel. They are a daily source of inspiration and pride, and I sincerely appreciate the support of the Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind Board of Trustees. Several are here today with us as well. I also want to thank past president, AIDB President Dr. Terry Graham, who's just a wonderful guy and a mentor of mine. And in 2005, he trusted this guy from very extreme North Alabama, so north as New York, to take on the important role of leading the H. Gentry facility at AIDB. And several years later, as Rod said, my role at AIDB transitioned, and taking on more responsibility as vice president, and then becoming president of AIDB in 2013 was just really the honor of my professional life. Working at Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind has just been a tremendous blessing, and I don't really know how else to say it. Most importantly, I'm extremely thankful to the blind community for their steadfast partnership in allowing me to work alongside them in service. The blind community has had a tremendous impact on my life, my family's life, and I've had the opportunity to learn so much from my friends in the community. And those lessons learned and friendships built have made me a better person. I often think of this passage taken from a speech by Helen Keller. It was through the hands of others that I found myself, found my mother and father, found the world, found my soul and love and God. It is through the hands of others that I, deaf and blind, know the richness and fullness of life. It is through the strength of others that I am able to do work that is worthwhile. Isn't that beautiful? I passionately believe that lives are changed when we come together to serve each other by developing real relationships. True lasting change happens when it is built upon a foundation of authentic understanding and beneficial partnerships. And I'm just incredibly grateful for the opportunities I've had to work with Jeff Haddix and his team. In a larger capacity, Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind has also enjoyed long and wide-ranging history of working with Sight Savers of America, and Jeff, more partnership is coming. We have some ideas. These two wonderful organizations have embraced their ability to accomplish great things through partnership by acting as a source of information and service referrals, allowing individuals to receive the best and most comprehensive assistance possible. We've worked together to increase grant and state funding for programs serving individuals with severe visual impairment and blindness. Ours is truly a reciprocal relationship, working together to find and serve individuals in need of high-tech vision and blind aids. Sight Savers America provides students at our Alabama School for the Blind with specialized eyeglasses. Meanwhile, Alabama Institute for Deaf and Blind provides functional assessments and refers individuals who need equipment to Sight Savers America. We share an urgency to make the world universally accessible for everyone. The technology and programs provided by Sight Savers America are wonderful, but its true impact comes in the hope it provides those they serve and the solutions they offer to make living a limitless life a reality for thousands of people. So as I close, I want to tell you about two of my heroes. And they're no longer with us, but I want to end telling their story because they've had such great impact on me. I want their influence to continue to impact others. When they were told they wouldn't have access to living and working in the community of their choice, they pushed against bias and proceeded to build the successful lives they wanted. My first hero was my mother-in-law. Now, my mother is 90 and she's actually having some health issues, so she's not here today, and I hate she's not here, but I'm kind of happy she's not here because when you say your mother-in-law is your hero, if you ever watched Everybody Loves Raymond, that's my mother. Barbara Mortensen was an extraordinary lady. She was born with muscular dystrophy and used a wheelchair most of her life. She was blessed with a quiet and patient strength and had an unwavering belief in herself, in others, and in God. Mom went on to college in the 50s when women with disabilities didn't usually get a college education. From there, she became an English teacher in a New York public school and had to prove to potential employers that the wheelchair was not a roadblock to teaching or impacting students. Mom relied on Dad for support. He drove her to and from school every day. He would come have lunch with her every day and help her to the restroom because it was not accessible. Later in her career, when it was hard to hold a pen or type on a computer, she relied on him to get the information in her head down on paper. They took care of each other. My mother-in-law was passionate. She believed in what could be when others doubted her. She retired after almost 30 years. Mom had a huge impact on the students she taught. They too were transformed to view individuals with disabilities in a different way. She taught them by example that people with disabilities are not less than, and that all people have differences. My second hero is Bob Smithis, the second deafblind American after Helen Keller to earn a bachelor's degree, and the first deafblind person to earn a master's degree. It was my great pleasure to work with Bob at the Helen Keller National Center, but it was a greater pleasure to be his friend. While he was clearly brilliant, Bob was always quick to point out that he wouldn't have been able to live the life that he led, a great job, a wonderful and long marriage, a beautiful house, and success playing the stock market without the support, training, and encouragement he received from family and from his friends and from service providers. Bob was a hero to countless people, including me, but also Barbara Walters, who proclaimed that Bob's interview was the most memorable of her career. Bob benefited from advocates like all of you, people who understand the need for advocacy and ensuring that the proper supports are in place for our communities. The advocates in Bob's life knew him as a real person, not just as a statistic or talking point. They took his humanity, his perseverance, and his heart, and they paved the way for others. I'm a witness to the notion that everything is possible if we think big, rely on each other, and believe in what can be. I've learned that none of us are completely independent. And in fact, we're all interdependent. Together, things can be accomplished when we work together. Together, we are limitless. Thank you for this honor, and God bless you.
Well, that brings us to the end of our luncheon today, and what a wonderful luncheon it has been. So thank you to everyone in attendance. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our fundraisers. And we just appreciate you so much in this room. And I wanted to share just a quick little story of my own, a little going off script. I'm a meteorologist. That's what I do. I don't have to follow a teleprompter. My producers don't love that, though, so I get the word rap in my ear a lot. That being said, I will say, although I was born in Fort Worth, Texas, my roots are here in Birmingham, and my grandmother actually worked for the rehabilitation services for the state of Alabama. She used to work right downtown. I could pick out the building she used to work in. Mid-90s, they moved off of Bagby Road, if you may know. And there's two things I remember when we would go visit her office. First and foremost was a young man named Jeremy Goki. Jeremy had really thick glasses when we came in, and they would provide services there at the building where they would allow people that were visually impaired to learn daily life skills. And I just thought that was so neat. Now, for me, I got to play, right? I got to go into these rooms and I got to see all this stuff, but it was really neat to be able to see that. And then just meeting the people that were there and seeing what services were provided for these people to live their maximum lives is really incredible. And then the other thing that I remember is just how those people made me feel. Even as a youngster, I always came alive when I would go visit my grandmother right down the road here. So it was sweet. She worked here, and she since moved to Atlanta and lives at my mom's house now, but I know that the services they were able to provide are just wonderful, and it's organizations like this that are able to help provide so much for our community and our state. So just a big thank you there. I do want to close out by saying, are there cards on the table? Okay, there we go. So I just want to direct your attention to the cards on the table. Please pass those around in a few minutes. We're going to collect these envelopes. So this is any additional support. So if you want to look, for those who sponsored today's event or purchased table seats, first of all, thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. And those who feel led to give today, you can look down there. I believe there's a little QR code on there. And we won't necessarily pause, but you can take your time and do that. And I'll just round out the evening or afternoon by saying, if you want to come by afterwards and see this wonderful piece of artwork up here, we definitely invite you to come take a look, grab some pictures. With that, we will close out the ceremony for today. Thank you for your attendance, and we hope that you have a wonderful afternoon.